Monochromatic Keyhole painting. Monochromatic, as we talked about in class, is picking one color and doing all the tints, tones, and shades. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I have sketched my keyhole onto the painting. You could do an underpainting on this if you wanted to. Say if you're doing purple, you could do the complementary color underneath, but you make sure that you have painted all the complementary color away by the end of this. As you can see here, I did not do that. On one side of my plate here, I am mixing all my tints. So what is a tint? A tint is whenever you add white to another color. So my first one is going to be mostly white, which is a little bit of purple in it, to a dark lavender. On the other side of my plate, or your palette, whichever one you're using, I'm just using a plate right here. I'm going to do my shades. What is a shade? Do you guys remember? It's when you add a little bit of black or a lot of black to one basic color. So here I have purple, so I am going to add a little bit of black to one and then all the way down to almost midnight black with a little bit of purple in it. Okay, I'm going to have these mixed up before I start painting. Now this painting is probably going to take you guys at least 2 to 3 days, and I want you to do your best work on it. This is sped up for teaching purposes, and also I am also going to be working on this a little bit more in class today. As you see, I'm starting with my whites and my backgrounds. So I started with the white on the mushroom and the glint on the bottom of the mushroom stems, but then I'm going to quickly go up to the top of the keyhole where my background is. And because it's atmospheric shading, I am going to make my background in the back a little bit lighter because it's further away. So I'm painting my clouds and my skyscape a little bit lighter. I'm going to come back in, put some more touches on the mushroom, back and forth. As I move down the painting to the keyhole to my foreground, notice how my colors are getting a little bit more darker, a little bit more pronounced. As you guys are painting, make sure that you have a cup of water to rinse off your paintbrush and you have a paper towel to dry off your paintbrush as you switch colors. As you can see in this work, I am constantly going out of screen. That's because I am either rinsing off my paintbrush with water and then drying it off on a paper towel, or I am getting more paint. So make sure that you're using a paper towel and a cup of water so you're getting those clean paints and you're not mixing too much into your tints, tones, and shades that are not supposed to be there. towards the end of your art piece, you're going to start to move outside of your keyhole. Once you have moved on the outside, you got to kind of figure out what kind of texture you want to put on there. Is it made of wood, metal? Does it have a sheen? How dark is it? How light is it? As you can see, I put purple on the outside of mine with an outline of black with white glints on the screws. I will be putting more details into that as the week progresses and putting another couple layers on that purple. Make sure that you are thinking about what you're going to put on the outside of your keyhole and it's not just an afterthought. Okay? I know you guys are going to do a great job and do your best work. And I know it's going to look great. Thanks.